Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. I am a mommy to 5, and on my channel I produce a lot of lifestyle, mom life videos, just kind of keep it real as any mom of 5 would do. I'm so glad that you are here, and if you like what you see, please be sure to subscribe. Today I am tackling one of the items that was on my spring to-do list, and that is transitioning all of my kids' closets to get ready for summer. I am also going ahead and transitioning clothes that no longer fit my boys down to the next in line. So, if you are new to my channel, you do not know that I actually have 4 boys and 1 girl. And my 3 younger boys are actually stair steps of each other, so they are kind of right on top of each other in age, and therefore I do not transition the clothes that they grow out of into bins, but I just switch them from one closet to the next. So right now I am starting in my 5-year-old's closet. I am going through his clothes, figuring out what does not fit him anymore. That way I can move it to Davis's closet. But I'm kind of making a few piles. On top of his shelf, I am actually putting my question mark pile. Those are shirts that I'm not sure if they still fit him or not. I was going to have him try on a couple before I actually transition them to the next closet. Then I'm making a donate pile. Whatever clothes I have not put on him at all this season, I am not going to hand those down to the other boys, because I know that all they're going to do is just sit in the closet and never be worn, and somebody else can use them. So I'm doing a Goodwill pile, a pile for him to try on, and then a pile that is going to Davis's closet. After I finished working in Paxton's closet, I moved on to Davis's. Davis is a mess. I've mentioned this in a previous video. We have child safety locks on his closet door, but he is like MacGyver and can get in still. So his closet is always a mess. I've actually had to move most of the clothing that hangs in his little like closet organizer to the top, and I actually want to get some bins for that to organize his clothes better up there, because I'm pretty short and it's really hard for me to make organized piles on top of his shelf. So that might be another video where I go to Dollar Tree and purchase some bins to organize the top of his closet, because unfortunately the closet organizer is not working right now because he just pulls all of the clothing onto the floor. I went ahead and started with his pile of PJs that were on the floor per usual. I just did the same thing that I did in Paxton's room. I went ahead and looked at the sizes, kept the things that still fit Davis, made a pile to pass down to Grant, and then also made a pile of Goodwill PJs, because after going through multiple children, some of the PJs just need to go at this point. I then moved up to his closet, his hanging stuff, and I went ahead and looked through his sweaters first. Where we live, it's not quite warm yet, but it's not really sweater weather anymore. So I went ahead and put his sweaters that aren't going to fit him next year into a pile for Grant. That way I could just go ahead and transition them out of his closet. And then I did the same thing going through, looking at things that I never put him in. I put those in Goodwill. The rest went to Grant, and then I kept the things that still fit Davis. This gave me plenty of space and plenty of hangers to have room to transition the clothing that I just took out of Paxton's room to put into Davis's closet for the fall of next year. This is much more efficient with having stair-step children than doing bins in my storage room, because when I do bins, I inevitably forget what I have, and then I go to the store and overbuy, and we have way more clothing than we need. So my new method is just moving things from one closet to another. I then moved into Grant's room and just did the exact same thing as I did in the little boys' rooms. Instead of putting a pile for another child, though, I went ahead and made a pile of things that just no longer fit him. We actually have a few friends right now that have babies or are getting ready to have a baby. So I just made a pile of clothing that no longer fits Grant or is not really the right season anymore. That way they can look through it and decide if it's something they want. And if not, those items will go to Goodwill as well. I also apologize for the shaky camera in this. I'm pretty sure baby Grant was kind of shaking my tripod at this point, and you know, that's real life with 5 kids per usual, me disciplining and all as I'm standing there trying to organize. He won't even stand up in them. He's like, what are those? See, look at my shoes.
Mommy,
Look at my shoes.
Mom, those orange ones.
I did have one bin down in the storage room of clothing for Grant that I wanted to pull out. The bin that I had downstairs for Paxton of Caleb's old clothing does not quite fit him yet, so I'm not going to go through that until closer to the fall, once he hits a growth spurt. But I did pull up the one bin for Grant. It didn't have a ton of clothing in it, but I found a bunch of basketball shorts and like play clothes, which is great because that is what I was missing for him, and I'm super happy that I'm not going to have to go buy a bunch of clothes for him to just destroy. So it's always fun going through like your kid's old clothes and being kind of nostalgic like that. Okay, so I have Grant's closet organized. This is stuff that he can still wear until it warms up, and then those will probably not fit him for next fall. These are things that might possibly still fit him next fall that's warmer, but he doesn't quite fit into yet. We've got summer, and then like next year. So this all came out of Davis's closet, and it will fit him next year. Up here I have pants that fit him now, shorts for the summer, and then the shoes that are going to fit him within the next few months. So, and the boys are going crazy over here. Oh yeah, and we found Spider-Man swimming trunks in the bin for Paxton, and he loves them. The thing that sparked this entire project today was the fact that a friend brought over tons of clothes for my kiddos yesterday that her children had outgrown, and there were so many good items in there. So I had already gone through them and picked out the things that I knew were going to fit within the next few months, and so I wanted to go ahead and get those put in the kids' room and organized. So right now I'm just going through Paxton's, sorting things that fit him now and things that will fit him in the fall, and getting all of that put into his closet. Another thing that I did as I was going through the closets was go ahead and make a list of items that I realized each child was missing for summer. That way, when I go into a store, I know what they actually need and I don't compulsively buy or purchase things that we have plenty of already. That is a huge mom hack that I have realized is a necessity, especially with having a bunch of children, because it's so easy to go into a store and see a bunch of cute clothing and just want to purchase it all, but this keeps me organized and keeps me from overbuying or overspending. Next up, I tackled my daughter's room. Since she is my only daughter, I do not have to worry about transitioning her clothes down into another closet. So I went ahead and just went through what does not fit her and made a pile for our friends who have little girls that she can look through and decide if she wants the clothing. If she doesn't, we could just send it to Goodwill. I've stopped saving McKinley's clothes in the hopes that we will have another girl, because at this point, I'm sure if we ever had a sixth child, even if it was a girl, by the time she was McKinley's size, I wouldn't like those clothes anymore anyways. So I just save the storage and save the hassle and do not keep all of McKinley's clothes that she has outgrown. In her chest of drawers, I actually have one drawer that I designate for pants for the season that we are in, and the rest I keep up inside the closet. So right now her drawer still has pants in it because we are still in this like early spring where I live, where it's still pretty chilly out, and I didn't want to go ahead and transition that drawer as of yet. So I went ahead and just went through this basket of shorts and took out the shorts that I knew were not going to fit her this season and put them in the pile for my friends. That way, when it is time to transition that particular drawer, I've already gone through the shorts and I know that these are the shorts that will fit her this season, and it just saves me a step. My friend also gave me a ton of clothing for McKinley, so I wanted to go ahead and go through her closet, pull out the things that no longer fit her to make room for the new items. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I would also love to connect with you in the comments down below. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next video.